Social media has become the new playground for children and the #1 place to hang out for teenagers. What you used to do outside, you now do online. And being online is as easy as tapping your phone. The amount of smartphones has skyrocketed in the past 5 years. 87% of Finnish children between 6 and 17 years of age own a mobile phone with internet access and a camera, and 95% use internet. New dimensions like these also contain new kinds of risks. New ways to socialize and stay connected introduce new ways for school bullies to hurt their victims wherever they are. Every year, millions of children get bullied and harassed online and by mobile. This new way of causing hurt has been named cyberbullying. Save the Children Finland has found out that 17% has been victim of cyberbullying through their mobile phone. And as much as 1 in 4 has suffered from bullying online. There are currently no tools to encounter any of this. And sadly, teens or children won't usually tell their parents or anyone else about bullying. The fear of it becoming even worse usually hides bullying completely. Almost 60% of children won't tell their parents when they are being hurt online. While the fear is understandable, letting someone know is the only efficient way of fixing the situation. A study has shown that 62% of children that told their parents received help after doing it and the bullying stopped. Everyone knows that bullying is wrong, but it also usually fills the specifications for different crimes such as threat, criminal abuse, and slander. What is it then to be bullied in this information age? Meet Alex, a gentle, smart and lanky 13-year-old fumbling his way through early adolescence and trying to establish his place in the confusing and difficult social world of middle school. Alex was the smartest kid in the class, and because of that, he became a target for name-calling and harassment that soon grew into bullying. As much as 14% of boys in upper middle school told in a Finnish study that they have been bullied at least once a week. Being usually afraid of even going to school, home used to be the safe haven for the victim. But in a time when everyone has a mobile phone and the social life has moved online, all the dangers have followed. You don't have to go to school or outside to be hurt by a bully anymore. Alex too started receiving hurtful messages even in home. Alex still enjoyed his regular activities online, instant messaging with friends, and hanging out in social community websites. One day Alex approached a girl from his school online, and they talked like teenagers usually do online, thoughtlessly sharing even very personal stuff about themselves. Alex was thinking that the girl actually liked him, but as it turned out, the girl copied his texts and sent them around to other people for a good laugh at his expense. Imagine the humiliation at the moment he realized that everyone now knows his most private matters and secrets. The pain of being made fun of even by total strangers in school. It's one thing to be bullied and humiliated in front of a few kids. It's one thing to feel rejection and have your heart crushed by a girl, but it has to be a totally different experience than a generation ago, when these hurts and humiliation are now witnessed by a far larger, online adolescent audience, even a whole community. Bullying through technology has the effect of accelerating and amplifying the hurt to levels that will probably result in a rise in teen suicide rates. According to studies by Yale University, bully victims are up to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims. Unfortunately, there is another serious danger for children and teenagers in the cyber world. Since children that have experienced sexual harassment are usually ashamed or convinced that they are responsible, therefore they are reluctant to tell anyone about it. A child to a pedophile is like an alcoholist to an alcoholic. They will do whatever it takes to get it, and they will get it the way it's most convenient to them, the cyber world. This is one of the few problems in this world everyone can actually relate to. Because the problem is so multidimensional, the solution needs to be really versatile. And that's why we have approached this from the children's, the parents, and the technology's perspectives. The main focus needs to be on the children and making their life safer. But the children cannot solve these problems by themselves. They need to work together with their parents to do this, and the best way to address cyberbullying or issues with online stalkers is to immediately communicate the incident to an adult and save the proof. To make this happen, we need technology. But to make this kind of security solution really work, parents and the children need to have trust between them. The technology needs to work in a way that it encourages the parents and the children to talk to each other about these problems and work together in solving them. There are some very important matters that need to be considered here. Most importantly, children's privacy. Security solution that reveals all the children's secrets to the parents was not what we were going for. Let's now dive into the solution. The main tool is the parents' web portal, which is made entirely on Silverlight. First of all, you see this beautiful login screen. We really like the Metro design and we wanted to bring a part of that spirit onto a bigger screen. Once you log in, you are brought to this amazing experience that is filled with these lively tiles. It starts from this overview page, which shows all the latest activities for the parent and the children's trusted friends. On this setup, you can see that Johannes is set to be the child. And from this portal, the parents can see alarming information such as phone calls, messages, media, and location. We will go in detail to all of them, starting from calls. As you can see, phone calls are listed in a familiar conversation view. Vigilis core cloud service is processing the calls and looking for everything that might be unwanted or dangerous to the child. And for the sake of this demo, we modified the system to think some normal words are bad, just so we don't have to use any unnecessarily foul language in this video. The calls go through a speech-to-text conversion, so if needed, the parents can view the conversation just like it happened. And to show the parent why this was an alarming communication, Vigilis highlights the bad words. In this case, bad words were Imagine Cup, New York, and See You There. And the fact that the number was unknown made it immediately result in an alarm. Because the call was made from an unknown number, the caller's name was retrieved from a contact information search service. As a bonus, Vigilis even records the conversation so the record can be used as a proof, in a police investigation for example. Vigilis is also able to identify the scenario and offer the parent and the child advice on how to act. In this case, it would be quite clear that the matter should be handed out to the police. Now let's look what kind of technical architecture was involved in this. It all started from the child's mobile phone. Its main function is to collect information and to communicate it to the core service. But it will also give the child advice on what to do on different threatening or problematic scenarios, ranging from calls to help centers or just general tips on how to behave on the internet. Vigilis is going to be deployed to Windows Azure. Windows Azure will run the core service, the end user side, and of course we have a SQL Azure and the file storage there. The core service is also connected to third-party APIs that we utilize in different ways. At the moment, we are able to connect to Facebook and Twitter for social media feeds, and like in the example, Enduro's contact information service to identify unknown callers. Now let's move on to messages. We are currently able to display alarming messages from 4 different sources: Facebook, Twitter, email, and SMS. And because of the speech-to-text conversion used on phone calls, messages are viewed in a similar way. As you can see, this next Facebook message is categorized as yellow, a warning level conversation. This means it can contain harmful communication, but Vigilis can't be sure yet, so it won't display the whole conversation to the parent. But instead, it will display a warning that encourages the parent to have a conversation with the child about the possible issue. One of the biggest security features in Vigilis is the ability to view child's location, when for example a mutual agreement concerning curfew is broken. Right now it's displaying the child's location, but like in everything, Vigilis again takes children's privacy into account. And how this works is that the parents have set up a zone where the child can move without being shown on the map. So they can see their child's location either like now when we have left the city of Turku, or when they're out far too late. But we can also show other things than just the location of the child on the map. And if you look at the filters at the top, they control what is currently shown. Vigilis can display images, messages and calls right on the spot they happened. So if we go and click the images button, you will see the icons drop right into the locations they were taken at. And by clicking the icons, you can see the image is larger. Vigilis also has a dedicated section for media. There's 3 types of different content in here: images, videos and webcams. But Vigilis only displays media that has been sent somewhere. Like for example, this picture was sent to this address at that time. This way, parents will be able to react if there's something disturbing going out from the kid's mobile and take action before it blows up into a social media disaster. Vigilis deals with videos exactly the same way. They are only displayed when sent somewhere. And the final feature is the ability to view video feed from your webcams. Large, out-of-control parties held by kids when their parents are out of the house have been on the news a lot. With Vigilis, the parents are also able to see how things are going in home, even when away. Now, let's clarify the functionality of the service a bit. Basically, how Vigilis works is it first divides all the language used in the communication into 3 different categories: good, bad, and unknown. First category contains all the normal words that cannot be used in a harmful way. The second category contains abusive and threatening language, words and phrases pedophiles or bullies might use. The third one contains unknown words that cannot be identified as good or bad, such as made-up words like nicknames, and even inside jokes. Vigilis keeps watching this group for repeating patterns so possible harmful communication can be dealt with. When Vigilis has identified the nature of the communication, it proceeds into deciding the necessary threat level. First level is the green zone, safe level that includes the child's trusted friends. The child is free to communicate with them in any way they please without alarms going off. This level is totally hidden to the parents. The second level is designed so that Vigilis encourages the parent and the child to have a conversation about the possible issue before giving parents any access to the conversation. If the identified harmful patterns keep repeating enough, threat level is raised to alert and the parent can view the conversation and take action. Alert is the level for clear threats. Vigilis gives parents access to the conversation and provides them with helpful information on how to act in fixing the problem, whatever the situation might be. This level is used immediately when an unknown number, for example, is contacting the child and requesting them to meet. Alerts are received through the web portal and also directly to the parent's mobile, so they can take action right away when the situation is urgent.